The natural world tends to stick to a pretty specific color theme. Shades of green, brown, blue, and gray are found almost everywhere we look, from the inanimate to plant life to animals on land, sea, and sky. But nature is also good at breaking the rules, and sometimes species use color to stand out and make a bold statement. In this video, we're looking at the most colorful species of animal in the world. I've divided it by type, and for each, I'm going to give my award for the most colorful species. As a disclaimer, this is just my opinion, and by the end of the video, I'll have a top 10 list of most colorful species. Let's start with what is generally the least colorful group of animals, the mammals. Finding mammals that are actually colorful was not an easy task. While there are some species that have a single bright color like the red fox or the Indo-Pacific humpback dolphins, which can be pink, most mammals are covered in black, brown, tan, or gray fur. The red panda could be considered colorful. Like the red fox, it has deep reddish-brown fur, but it stands out for their black undersides, white facial markings, and striped tails. Some bats could also possibly be considered colorful. The Honduran white bat is mostly white, but it also has some exposed pink skin and yellow on its nose, ears, and wings. Another beautiful bat species is the pied butterfly bat of Central Africa. I guess black and white wouldn't really qualify it as being colorful, as it's basically as colorful as a skunk, but it certainly stands out with its bold markings. The most colorful bat species is the aptly named painted bat. It can be bright orange or scarlet and has beautiful white and black markings that really set it apart. Some squirrels could be considered colorful, like Provost squirrel, but perhaps the most colorful species is the Malabar giant squirrel. This massive species from India can almost appear purple or red with cream and black markings. But hands down, the most colorful group of mammals are the primates. The Guinan monkeys of Central Africa, like the red-tailed Guinan or Debrassa's monkey, have intricate facial markings in shades of white, black, orange, and blue that resemble masks. The bald uakari found in the Amazon has a bright red face and shaggy chestnut fur. Similarly, the Japanese macaque or snow monkey has a pinkish face and rump, which intensify during mating season. And one of the most visually striking mammals is the golden snub-nosed monkey of China. Males are covered in brilliant golden orange fur with sky blue faces, black shoulders, and lighter undersides. But my award for the most colorful mammal has to go to the only one that really fits the criteria, the mandrill. It's unmatched in facial and body coloration among mammals, with adult males having electric blue and crimson ridges running down their muzzles, framed by golden beard-like whiskers and olive brown fur. Their back ends are equally bold, marked with vivid shades of blue, purple, and pink. From some of the least colorful animals to some of the most, birds are among the most vibrant animals on Earth. With bright color combinations and stunning iridescence, there are hundreds of birds I could easily include on this list. Pheasants are among the flashiest, with species like the golden pheasant, Temminck's tragopan, and Lady Amherst pheasant displaying elaborate patterns in red, gold, blue, and white. These colors are especially vivid in males, who use them in courtship displays. Hummingbirds are tiny, fast, and explosively colorful. Found only in the Americas, species like the fiery-throated hummingbird flash brilliant iridescence that shifts with the light. Many other species are metallic shades of green, blue, pink, and purple, thanks to microscopic feather structures that refract light. While there are no hummingbirds in the Old World, the sunbirds of Africa and Asia are just as brilliant. Males of species like the regal sunbird, Mrs. Gould's sunbird, and the firetail sunbird dazzle with their brilliant feathers. Their colors are among the brightest in nature. And of course, this list of birds wouldn't be complete without mentioning parrots. They rival almost any group for color diversity. The macaws of tropical America are covered in an array of colors. But for me, it's the parrots of Australia that are winning at the color game. From the rainbow lorikeet, eastern rosella, and sun conure, to the smaller mulga and scarlet-chested parrots, Australia has some of the most brightly colored bird species in the world. The bodies of many toucans aren't particularly bright, but these birds are best known for their oversized, brightly colored bills. Species like the keel-billed toucan combine vivid green, orange, red, and blue on the beak alone, while their plumage is often a sharp contrast of black with patches of yellow, red, or white. There are some other species that are colorful overall, like the plate-billed mountain toucan, the saffron toucanet, or the green aracari. The tanagers are among my favorite birds when it comes to color. Species like the seven-colored tanager, paradise tanager, and green-headed tanager feature a nearly unmatched set of hues. And these are just 3 of nearly 400 species found in the Americas. Pigeons, also known as rock doves, are more beautiful than we often give them credit for. But there are many species of pigeon and dove that are among the most colorful species on Earth, like the Nicobar pigeon of Southeast Asia, or the yellow-breasted fruit dove. In fact, the fruit doves are surprisingly colorful, though their feathers often have more of a pastel palette. There are many other groups that impress. The different starling species gleam with their metallic feathers. Pittas are small forest birds with bold, blocky colors. Trogons like the quetzal and red-naped trogon can be wildly bright. And bee-eaters combine greens, reds, and blues in elegant patterns. And there are the countless other species I'm missing, birds like the Gouldian finch, the painted bunting, mandarin ducks, Wilson's bird of paradise, and the classic Indian peafowl are species so stunning they barely look real. So, which one will get my award for the most colorful species of bird? Well, it's one that I haven't yet mentioned, and it happens to be my favorite species of bird in the world. Native to the mountain forests of the Himalayas, the Himalayan monal is perhaps the most brightly colored bird on Earth, and it's covered with an almost unbroken iridescence. Males shimmer in metallic green, copper, violet, and blue, capped by a brilliant green crest. Reptiles aren't always associated with bright colors, but some of the most vibrant animals on Earth belong to this group of cold-blooded animals. Chameleons are of course among the most colorful animals on Earth, with some species capable of displaying an entire spectrum of hues. The panther chameleon is especially famous for its extreme variation. Males come in a range of color forms depending on region, including a wide range of vibrant colors, often all mixed together. The lesser chameleon may be smaller, but it's equally striking, and one of the most remarkable discoveries in recent years is Voltskov's chameleon, a species thought extinct for over a century. When rediscovered, females were found to display an astonishing range of color, including electric purple, bright orange, and jet black, particularly during courtship or stress. Several species of gecko rival the chameleons in terms of brilliance. The ornate day gecko is electric green with red and blue markings, while the giant tokay gecko is covered in bold orange spots over a powdery blue base. But the endangered Union Island gecko is one of the brightest of all. Eastern collared lizards are also beautifully colored, especially in dominant males, and certain agama species, such as the rainbow agama, brilliant ground agama, blue-headed agama, or dewlapped pondicherry fan-throated lizard, transform dramatically during breeding season. Males intensify their colors, creating a sharp contrast against the dry, rocky environments that they inhabit. While many species of anole are green or brown, a few stand out for their extraordinary coloration. Allison's anole has a brilliant turquoise blue body in males. Closely related is the blue beauty anole, a subspecies of the Cuban night anole. And rarest of all is the blue anole, found only on Gorgona Island off of Colombia's Pacific coast. Males of this species are a vivid, uniform sky blue. Some snakes are stunning, but in a different way. The rainbow boa from South and Central America has smooth, coppery scales that refract light into a full iridescent sheen. Just as intense are the 3 species of sunbeam snake, whose slick black or brown bodies explode with a rainbow shimmer when exposed to light, giving them the appearance of an oil slick. But for me, the winner for the most colorful has to be a species of chameleon, and I'm choosing the carpet chameleon. It shows off just as many colors as the famous panther chameleon, but set against a dark black makes the colors pop even more. While many amphibians are masters of camouflage, some species of newt and salamander have surprising bursts of color. Most species are black or brown with a single bright color that stands in stark contrast. But there is one species that's slightly more colorful than the rest. Kaiser's spotted newt has a bold pattern of white, black, and bright orange, and it's only found in the mountains of Iran. The poison dart frogs of tropical America are perhaps some of the better known brightly colored amphibians. Most species are very small, and they come in a dazzling variety of colors. Their vivid colors serve as a warning to predators, as many species carry potent toxins in their skin. The Ranitomea genus stands out in particular, packing intricate patterns and multiple colors onto bodies barely the size of a coin. Harlequin toads are another group of brilliantly colored amphibians found mainly in Central and South America. Their slender bodies are often patterned with bright orange, yellow, green, or even purple set against black. Tragically, many harlequin toad species are now critically endangered, and some have been lost entirely to the chytrid fungus. But my award for the most colorful amphibian has to go to the red-eyed tree frog. When resting, it blends in with leaves, but when startled, its colors explode into view, a defense tactic known as startle coloration. With bright green skin, bold blue and yellow sides, and unmistakable crimson eyes, there's a reason it's perhaps the most famous species of frog in the world. I felt like it wasn't fair to put all fish into one single category together, so I divided the freshwater species from the saltwater species. Freshwater fish may not have the prestige of those found on coral reefs, but a few are every bit as colorful. Among the most dazzling are the tetras. Prized for their intensely bright colors, species like the cardinal, emperor, rummy nose, or glow light tetra brighten up any home aquarium. Perhaps the most stunning is the Congo tetra, which shimmers with iridescent blues, greens, and oranges. The paradise gourami is one of the earliest ornamental fish kept in aquariums, prized for its bold red and blue stripes and elaborate fins. Similarly beautiful is the spotted pearl gourami. Then there are the rainbow fish. As their name suggests, they come in a variety of bright colors. The Bosmani rainbow fish has some of the widest array of colors, living up to its name with intense gradients of yellow, blue, and red. Killifish are another highlight. These short-lived fish are lesser known than other types of aquarium fish, and they often display astonishing colors in seasonal pools and forest streams. The blue Gularis killifish, for example, is electric, covered in crimson spots on a turquoise background. But some aquarium fish aren't naturally occurring. For example, the unusually bright colors of glowfish are the result of genetic modification using jellyfish and sea anemone DNA, and they're among the most unethical animals in the pet trade. Bettas, in the meantime, come in a wide range of colors, but these aren't the result of genetic modification, rather selective breeding. But wild-type bettas are beautifully colored, with brilliant blues, greens, and reds. There are also tiny species like the celestial pearl danio, which shines with a deep navy body covered in golden spots and red-orange fins. Even in temperate climates, there are some brightly colored freshwater fish. For example, in North America, the rainbow darter rivals tropical species with its vivid blue and orange bands. However, some of the most amazing colors found on freshwater fish are among the cichlids. Central and South American varieties come in many different colors. Some of the most beautiful are the discus. The wild types often show earthy base colors like olive green, reddish brown, or deep tan, and are overlaid with iridescent blue or turquoise striations across the face, fins, and flanks. But in my opinion, Africa has the most beautiful cichlids in the world. Lake Malawi has over 800 species alone, and some of the flashiest are the peacock cichlids. They're famed for their rich purples, blues, reds, and yellows, which the males use to attract females and warn off males on the dark bottom of the lake. Lake Tanganyika has beautiful cichlids too. Some of the more diverse groups are the Tropheus species, some of which have different colorations depending on which part of the lake they're found in. Two of the most beautiful are the red rainbow and firecracker varieties. The smaller lakes and rivers of Africa are also home to brightly colored cichlids like the jewel cichlid and crebensis cichlid, both of which are popular aquarium fish. My award for the most colorful species of freshwater fish has to go to a species of cichlid from Lake Malawi, one that I've personally kept many times. Males of the red empress cichlid develop a shimmering blend of red, orange, yellow, and blue as they mature. Their bodies often have a metallic sheen with electric blue faces and reddish flanks marked by darker vertical bars. Saltwater fish, especially those found on coral reefs, are famous for their brilliant colors, and for good reason. Reefs are full of visual signals, camouflage, and rivalries, and color plays a big part in everything from mating to territory disputes. Among the most colorful reef fish are the damselfish. They may be small, but their colors are anything but subtle. The Fusilier damselfish is striking with its electric green body, pink face, and purple fins. Damselfish come in almost every color imaginable. Then there's the wrasse family, perhaps the flashiest fish in the ocean. There are over 60 species of fairy wrasse, each having their own array of beautiful colors. Closely related, but even more stunning, are the flasher wrasses. Not only do the males have wild colors, but also exaggerated fins used for displaying. There are so many beautiful species of wrasse, I could make an entire video about them. Some notable species include the six-line wrasse, sunset wrasse, and Cortez rainbow wrasse, which are each brilliant in their own ways, mixing neon blues, reds, and oranges with shifting patterns that seem to glow underwater. Parrotfish are also hard to ignore, sporting blocks of green, blue, and pink. Many species are sexually dimorphic, with the males and females being so different in color that they were once believed to be separate species. And there are many more eye-catching species found across coral reefs. The royal grama fades from bright purple to yellow in a perfect gradient. The cave anthias glows with hot pink, orange, yellow, green, and purple. The coral grouper is a deep purple towards the tail, which transforms into red and finally into a bright orange at the head, and it's covered in electric blue spots. And all of the angelfish are beautifully colorful. One of the most amazing is the coral beauty dwarf angel, which lives up to its name with intense shades of purple, blue, and orange. But not all colorful saltwater fish live only in the tropical reefs. For example, the rock greenling, found in the chilly waters of the Pacific Northwest, is surprisingly vivid. Males have black, orange, and red bodies that turn green on the dorsal side. It's hard to choose my favorite, but for me it has to be a species that has almost every color possible on it, and that's covered in the most incredible multicolored pattern, the mandarin dragonet. Its body is overlaid with bold, swirling patterns, giving it a psychedelic, almost painted appearance. Next, we'll look at all of the sea invertebrates, which I've lumped into a single category for ease. Some of the most extraordinary hues in the ocean belong to these soft-bodied or shelled creatures. Like chameleons, cephalopods like octopi, squid, and cuttlefish are masters of color change. While many are normally muted, species like the Caribbean reef squid can flash with vibrant colors using specialized skin cells. Some species are even bioluminescent. Among crustaceans, the squat lobsters and the Galapagos Sally Lightfoot crab can be stunning examples, with metallic blues, oranges, and reds that seem like they're almost painted on. Bivalves can also be very colorful, like the electric flame scallop, which lives up to its name with bright red tissue and a flashing blue electric display caused by light-reflecting cells. Meanwhile, the giant clam has a fleshy mantle that's often a swirl of neon blue, green, or purple. This is thanks to light-manipulating cells that help filter sunlight for the symbiotic algae that live in its flesh. Christmas tree worms, true to their name, resemble tiny coiled fir trees. These are actually the worm's breathing and feeding structures. While each is only one or two colors, they're generally found in multicolored colonies. Among echinoderms, the fire urchin stands out with a bright pink, orange, red, and yellow body covered in blue and purple spots. And while some starfish come in rich blues, oranges, or purples, the mosaic sea star has a combination of colors, all arranged in a network of raised mosaic-like patterns. But perhaps the most flamboyant group of invertebrates in the ocean are the nudibranchs. These shell-less sea slugs come in an explosion of colors, with one of the most colorful being the Spanish shawl nudibranch, which is purple with bright orange and yellow serrata on their backs. And of course, soft and hard corals come in a vast array of colors. Most are a single bright color, but under the right lighting or with the aid of fluorescence, they can glow in surreal shades of green, purple, pink, orange, and blue, like the purple monster jawbreaker or the rainbow pizza anemone. For this diverse group of animals, I think I need to award two animals as the most colorful. So first, I'm choosing the giant Australian cuttlefish. While they're normally camouflaged, during the breeding season, males put on a truly spectacular show to attract females and to compete with rivals, being covered in intense colors and shimmering iridescence, creating hypnotic patterns that ripple across their bodies. The other award needs to go to the aptly named peacock mantis shrimp. Its body is mostly metallic green, but its legs and feathery swimming limbs are covered in bright blues, oranges, and reds, and atop its blue eye stalks sits a pair of inquisitive purple eyes. When it comes to color, terrestrial invertebrates might just outshine everything else on Earth. In particular, insects and arachnids display a staggering variety of hues and patterns, and my favorite animals on Earth are the beetles. The rainbow stag beetle of Australia and New Guinea is especially eye-catching. Surprisingly, some dung beetles can be insanely colored too, like Phanius vindex. Males of this species are often metallic green or blue with iridescent bronze highlights, and they sport a single prominent horn. African flower beetles also have a surprising range of bright colors. Among the longhorn beetles, the rainbow longhorn beetle is one of the most impressive. Native to South America, this species has an elongated body and fierce-looking jaws, but its most remarkable feature is its metallic sheen, which can be a blend of red, green, and bronze. But for sheer brilliance, few species on Earth rival the jewel beetles. Most are metallic green and are so beautiful that they've been used for jewelry and to decorate clothing for centuries. Despite the fact that most species are green, they also come in every other color imaginable, with many displaying a full spectrum of colors. Polybothris quadricollis looks rather plain, being black with dull brown spots, but flip it over and it has a shockingly colorful underside. Meanwhile, other species, like Cyphogastra javanica, have rainbow colors on the entirety of their bodies. Some grasshoppers are surprisingly vibrant too. The rainbow milkweed locust and rainbow grasshopper sport vivid bands of color, a warning to predators that they're toxic or distasteful. And Partolota reimeri might be the most insane-looking species of katydid in the world, with a yellow body and pink wings that almost look like they have writing on them. Among the true bugs, the juvenile hibiscus harlequin bug is covered in brilliant colors. Lantern bugs, with their ornate heads and brightly patterned wings, come in a range of color variations as well. Even bees and wasps can be surprisingly beautiful. These orchid bees, for example, gleam in different colors, while certain parasitic rainbow wasps are also incredibly metallic. Of course, butterflies are famous for their color, and species like the purple-spotted swallowtail, the peacock butterfly, blue buckeye, and especially the vividly iridescent agrias butterflies rank among the most colorful species in the world. While moths are generally considered dull in comparison, I would argue that some are far more colorful and beautiful than any species of butterfly. Urania moths are impressive, flashing green and turquoise. The most famous species of Urania moth is Urania ripheus, the Madagascan sunset moth. Jamaica once had a brightly colored Urania moth as well, but sadly it's gone extinct. The rosy maple moth is bubblegum pink and pale yellow. The zodiac moth is iridescent green, yellow, and pink. Joseph's coat moth is a mosaic of primary colors. The sheep moth is pink, orange, yellow, and black. And many of the various day-flying and leaf roller moths are metallic and brightly colored. Some arachnids are also extremely colorful. For example, the Antilles pink-toe tarantula is incredibly beautiful, having a metallic green carapace, a red abdomen, and legs that are green with pink tarsi and covered in purple hairs. The peacock jumping spiders are also vivid. These tiny arachnids fan out their abdomens like a peacock, and they're covered in vibrant colors that they use to attract a mate. Again, being such a diverse group, I need to award two species as the most colorful. For the insects, my choice is the Malagasy jewel beetle. On the dorsal side, it's a brilliant blue with spots of red and yellow and small yellow hairs that protrude from its elytra. Flip it over, and it's mostly green with large metallic red spots. Even the side of its abdomen that's normally hidden by its wings is metallic green. Meanwhile, for the arachnids, the most colorful species has to be the elegant golden jumping spider. While this species doesn't fan out its abdomen like the peacock spiders, it manages to display a shocking amount of color variation for such a small spider, being mostly red, green, and blue, with bright fuchsia and yellow on each of its 8 legs. So here are the 10 awards that I'm giving out for the species that I think are the most colorful. Remember, this is just my opinion, and of course I may have missed some extremely colorful species that you know about. What are your favorite colorful animals? Let me know in the comments below. I need to say a special thanks to my patrons. Without their ongoing support, I wouldn't be able to produce a video like this every week. If you want to support the channel, consider joining us on Patreon. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.